Yo, what's good, guys? It's Techno here, your coach of the Carolina Pantherians, and today we are back with our ICBA Week 1 battle. Now, I'm sorry that the whole thing for where I'm showing the draft is like this. I'm still getting the hang of editing my videos and stuff the way I am now, but for now, we're just going to be doing it like this, and Week 1 of the ICBA is upon us, and we will be playing our good pal Johnny GB, the commissioner of this league. Now, in terms of what his team is, it's very threatening versus ours. You guys can see he has Zapdos, Entei, Salamence, Azelf, Alolan Muk, Ninetales, Rotom-Mow, Seismitoad, Greninja, Sandslash, and Steelix. So, very threatening team. The orange ones are his Z-Mons. He's the coach of the Oregon Duckletts, also, if you didn't catch that by now. But yeah, so I didn't really like my matchup too much. I'm going to get into why in a sec. Actually, I'm just going to talk about it right now. So basically, Greninja just tears me a new one. I don't really have anything to really deal with it very well. The best thing I have is my Rotom Wash. But if he's like Scarf with U-turn, then that's like the biggest problem for my team. And if that does come, I'll probably just lose from there. So yeah, it's a rough matchup, and I guess like everything else on his team is just really threatening. I can't keep up rocks very well because he does have the Zapdos, which is another big threat for my team. So we're just going to see what we decide to bring for this pretty rough matchup. So the first Mon we brought, oh, I'm sorry, my dimensions are kind of off. Let me just fix that right here. Yeah, so the first Pokemon that we did bring is going to be our Darkrai. Now, versus his team, Darkrai does do quite a bit of work. The reason for that being that it's able to pressure a lot of things with Dark Pulse, while also dealing with other things and just knocking out some key threats with Ice Beam and Thunderbolt. It's also a nice Greninja check, which is one of the reasons I had this, but I actually decided to make a decision, and I didn't actually run the speed I needed for Greninja on this thing. I thought I need more bulk, and this is kind of dumb on my part, but also Greninja should not be matched. If it's not Scarf, Greninja should not, well, even if it is Scarf, but it shouldn't outspeed me if, like, with this spread, because he should be able to, like, creep his Greninja for my team. So I have Taunt on this thing. So looking at this now, Darkrai probably wasn't the best bring, at least with this set, but I kind of just wanted to try it out. It's like new Mon syndrome, and I'm still getting a hang for my team. So the next Mon that we did, I go over my moves. Sorry, I'm kind of rusty right now, but yeah, Ice Beam and Thunderbolt, Bolt Beam coverage helps hit his team pretty well. Alolan Muk does take plenty of hits. Ninetales can also do that as well, but everything else just kind of struggles with it. And then Taunt is for like the Zapdos if it wants to defog on me, because you guys will see I do have hazards on this team. So the next Pokemon that we did bring is going to be our Greninja response. So I thought I kind of need a Greninja response this battle. If like response is like in quotes, but this is like for Life Orb Greninja. I don't get 2-shot by a Protean Gunk Shot from a Max Attack Greninja, which is really nice for me. I'm pretty sure that's this. No, I do get 2-shot, but I don't think he'll run Max Attack this matchup. Which I don't know why I didn't think that, but anyways, yeah. So this is just to take a hit, then Volt Switch out pretty much, because I'll take any hit from full at least. And then it just kind of deals with the rest of his team alright. It's a nice switch in for a couple of his Mons. So yeah, that's kind of Rotom. Looking at this now, I didn't really have a great reason for a lot of these Mons. I didn't really focus too much on, like, as much as I probably should have. But yeah, that's my fault entirely. I didn't really have an excuse for that, but yeah. Next Pokemon that we did bring is going to be our Choice Scarf Durant. So this thing is kind of my check for a lot of his Mons, like the Zapdos, Entei. They can check all these things. Pretty much everything on his team it can hit super effectively, and then respond to with any of its coverage moves. It's a big check for the Salamence. One of my main response for it, because if I get up Stealth Rocks and it takes any damage before I kill with Rock Slide with Hustle, implying that I do hit, which, you know, that's a big deal. You do gotta hit with your Durant if you want to have success with it, obviously. But yeah, that's Durant this battle. Really cool Pokemon. I have speed for the Salamence, obviously 1 point over, so that if he sets up a Dragon Dance, I do still have the Scarf, which means I still outspeed. So the next Pokemon that we do have is going to be a semi-bulky Dragonium Z Flygon. Now I probably should have ran more bulk on this thing looking at it, but the reason I brought this is because if I want to like do work with my my Darkrai, I want something that can deal with the Muck very well, so that was the idea behind this. I ran Dragonium Z so he couldn't knock me off pretty much. Also Outrage. At this range, I'm pretty sure I OHKO Zapdos. That's the calc I ran. If I'm +1, I OHKO with Dragonium Z Outrage. And then I Roost and Earthquake just to kind of deal with everything. I originally brought Dragon Dance Rest Talk with Outrage because I didn't think he would bring the Ninetales. But I decided to change it last minute because I didn't want to have to rely on sleep rolls and shit. But yeah, that's going to be the Flygon. I wanted that so I didn't get like statused by the Muck. But yeah, the next Pokemon that we do have is going to be our Salamence response. Like, that's not like an actual check in case something happens with Durant. And this is kind of a response, not really though, because I'd have to get a lot of plays right with this thing. So we've got Protect, Thunder Wave, Wish, and Moonblast. So my HP stat is 95. Obviously, but yeah, I pretty much max HP, max defense. It does really well versus a lot of things. It can take a hit from pretty much everything on his team, and then Thunder Wave back if it needs to, and then Wish, Protect, Support, help like revive, I guess is the word. Yeah, revive my Rotom if I need to do that. Sorry if I'm like unenthusiastic, I'm just kind of tired right now. So yeah, that's going to be our Clefable. So last Pokemon that we do have is going to be a Crustle with max attack and then a little bit of speed so that I outspeed everything after a Shell Smash. Then I've got Stealth Rock, Earthquake, Rock Blast, and Shell Smash, and that's going to be about... Alright, sorry about that, guys. I got kind of like distracted at the end. Someone came in my room. But yeah, basically Crustle is kind of like set up hazards, maybe get off a Shell Smash, do work to the team. So this is a very hyper offensive team. And first of all, I'm just going to say, one, big shout out to my man Blue Rogue for jetting my team. And second of all, big shout out to my friend Greg, my good pal. I don't know what I'm saying, but yeah, a big shout out to him for recording the battle. I accidentally sent him the battle code that had... that was on Johnny's side, but yeah, so you guys can see he does bring a team of Azelf, Alolan Ninetales, Salamence, Greninja, Zapdos, and Alolan Muk, so pretty much what I expected. Maybe not the Ninetales, but I get why he came. And yeah, so like looking at it immediately, Durant can put in a lot of work, but if he's Scarf Greninja, then I do have a lot of issues versus that, unfortunately, because I think that, yeah, if he was Scarf Greninja, he'd run speed for my Durant, so that's a big problem for my team. And yeah, the Alolan Muk, like, his team's very solid, very nicely comprised. However, I do have a designated lead versus him, which is my Crustle, so I'm actually just going to lead right off with that. And yeah, so we're going to get right into this battle. So, contrary to popular belief, I am actually not a black female. So, this avatar, yeah, that's not what I look like in real life at all. But yeah, anyways, so Azelf's gonna come out here. No nicknames, unfortunately, from him. Just kind of, I don't know. And you guys can see I lead off with my Crustle. So I know he's gonna go for Taunt turn 1. So shit, I didn't catch the thing in the HPs in this recording. But yeah, it doesn't really matter. So I know he's gonna go for Taunt, so I just go right for the Rock Blast. And yeah, I'm gonna attempt to KO this thing like immediately. And yeah, that's basically what we do. We get 3 hits, so that's pretty cool. And now he's gonna get up his Rock Series. I'm just going to Rock Blast again. And now we are in a pretty good position because we did get rid of the Azelf, but it did get Rocks up, unfortunately, and we are taunted, so we won't be able to get Rocks up on whatever comes in next. So here he does go into his Greninja, and this is where I kind of really like fuck up. I should have like realized that the Greninja is going to like not have Water Shuriken and just go right for a U-turn or something, but I decided to switch out, so I take Rocks damage on my Crustle when I come back in. Well, I could have gotten a Rock Blast off on something and gotten pretty big damage, because looking at the way his team was comprised, he didn't really have a switch into Rock Blast. So unfortunate that I made that play. It was kind of dumb on my part. I'm still rusty on Wi-Fi, so you know what, I'll accept it. It's like whatever. But yeah, so you guys are going to see that he does bring in his Alolan Ninetales, and I do get buffeted by the hail. Now, I know I live a Freeze Drive from this range, so I'm not really that, like, concerned about him going for Freeze Drive. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to go right for the Volt Switch here, as he does get up the Veil, which kind of sucks, but, you know, it's whatever. So basically, I don't have a hazard removal on this team, which is kind of dumb on my part, too. Like I said, this prep, this play, it's just all kind of dumb. I'm not including the HP, unfortunately, but yeah, I'll do that, yeah. I'm sorry. Anyways, Crustle is going to come back in, and the reason that I do go into this thing is so that I can get up my rocks. However, I had this like really sneaky suspicion that he'd be like Blizzard or Ice Shard or something, and he doesn't have Blizzard, fortunately. So this was a really dumb play on my part, because if he had Blizzard, he would have just killed me, which would have been stupid. He gets a special attack drop with the Moonblast, and I get my Whiter, which is kind of funny. But yeah, so now at this point, I basically can just sack my Crustle. I have no reason to have this thing. If he wants to defog, he gets rid of the rocks on my side too, which is pretty okay, I guess. But yeah, Moonblast's gonna come out here, and he does take out my Crustle. So that's unfortunate. He does have the Aurora Veil up, and now he has the grid position. So I go into my Durant, and I know from this range that Durant does kill with an Iron Head, even through the Aurora Veil, so that's pretty good. He might go Zapdos, but I don't care. I'm just going right for Iron Head, but I missed the attack. Basically, I didn't think I knew he wouldn't really think that I knew he wouldn't think that I am, what's it called? That I am a Scarf Durant. I knew he'd think he'd outspeed me, go for Agent Power Fire, and then I'd be able to kill the Alolan Ninetales. However, that's not how it goes, because I do miss my attack, which does suck, but you know what, Durant does miss attacks, so you know what, it's whatever. But yeah, we lose our Durant, unfortunately, which would have been really nice this battle. So I go into Clefable, because I don't really have anything else for this thing, and he does switch out here and go into his Muck, and this is pretty, even though he does have the thing up, I'm pretty sure he has the Aurora Veil up. It might go out this turn. It's one of these turns that it goes out. Yeah, because it's looking like Assault Vest Muck even through the Aurora Veil. And then I just go into my Flygon because it's kind of a response for this thing, but not really at all. Because you guys are gonna see this knockoff does quite a bit of damage, and I make a really dumb play here. Instead of going for like a Dragon Dance or an Outrage or something, I go for an Earthquake. I don't know. Like I said, it's still really rusty on Wi-Fi, so I'm glad I got this over. And then Pressure's gonna come out here. Earthquake's gonna come there, and then I know this thing's defog now because it does have Pressure. So yeah, that's that, unfortunately. But yeah, now I'm just gonna switch out here because I don't want to take a hit of Power Ice or anything. But he does go for the defog. So if I Dragon Dance there, I would have been in a great position if he didn't have Hidden Power Ice. I'll actually check if he did. I didn't check if he did yet. But yeah, I probably would have just ran through the rest of his team if I did go for like 2 Dragon Dances there. Because he's looking like Scarf Greninja at this point because he did go for the U-turn. So that does suck. Leftover is going to come out here, and I do restore up my Rotom a little bit. So now the Aurora Veil wears off. So that's pretty nice. So I go for the Volt Switch here because, like, why not? And then he goes into the Alolan Ninetales. And unfortunately, because I did not run the Sludge Bomb on my Darkrai like I was originally going to, I have to go into my Clefable to beat this thing, which really sucks because that means it's going to get up his Veil one more time. So you guys are going to see I do go into my Clefable. Sorry, just took a sip of water. Yeah, fun fact, I suck at drinking water, because, like, every time I do, I, like, start to, like, I don't know, like, cough up. But anyways, yeah, Moonblast gotta come out there, and it does a little bit more damage to it, not really, though. So yeah, he is taking a little bit of hail damage, so I just go for Protect, because, like, why not? Like, I don't really care. And then Knockoff's gonna come out here, and he's obviously attempting to knock me off right there. Knockoff on maybe a Flygon switch in if I do go into that. So I just wish here because I know he's gonna go for a knockoff or something here again. And yeah, knockoff is indeed what does come out here. And I make another really dumb play. Instead of going into my Flygon, living the hit and then getting my Wish back up, I go for the Protect for whatever reason. I don't really know. And here he goes for Poison Jab, and now I'm in a dumb, bad position, because I can't take damage on the Clef, because I kind of need it for the Salamence, plus it can attempt to 1v1 his team, even though it, like, just really can't. So I just go into my Flygon here, like a complete dumbass, and like, he goes for Knockoff, and I believe he gets the poison here. No, he doesn't, but he does. I know he's gonna have Shadow Sneak, and he just goes for it, and yeah, that's going to kill my Flygon. So, like I said, I'm in a horrible position right now. There's not really much I can do. So I go into my Rotom, because I'm like, why not? Like, I have to at this point. And I just fire off a Hydro Pump. I do connect, fortunately, and Hydro Pump is going to do a bit to this Muk because it is a critical hit, so that's pretty lucky on my part. But I think I would have 2-hit KO'd anyways, so Poison Jab's going to come out here. But now, because that did happen, I am able to go for the Volt Switch here and take out this Alolan Muk. So at least we did kill another Pokemon. So Poison's gonna rack up here, and you guys are gonna see I do go for the Volt Switch, and he does sack his Alolan Muk. He goes for Shadow Sneak, which is fine. Like, I don't really care. I do live, and I just Volt Switch on out of there. He doesn't have Rocks up, so I do have a sack still, but not really though. I can still bring this in if I want to. I don't know. It's not worth it for me too though. And now I go into my Darkrai because I'm like, why not? And then Darkrai is gonna come out there, and he goes to Greninja. And here I'm like, oh well, shit, this is over because I know this thing is a Scarf Greninja, no reason. And I just have to like go into my Clefable on the U-turn. So basically, yeah, U-turn's gonna come out here, and here I just make another dumb play. You guys are gonna see what I do. He goes into his Salamence on this turn. You guys are gonna see right now, Salamence is indeed going to come in, and I ran Wish Protect on this thing, partially for the reason that I was afraid of a Z Salamence. And I figure that he just needs damage off on me, and he might be Flyinium Z or something on this team. So I go for Protect here, and he goes right for the Dragon Dance, and I'm just the stupidest of all time. I don't think that Moonblast killed from that range, but you know what? I could have Thunder Waved or something. I don't know, man. But he did reveal after the game that he was indeed a Scarf Greninja. And here I go into my this thing because I need him to basically be like Flyinium Z to have a shot, because then he'd be like Fly, and then I could Protect on his Flies. But he is Steelium Z, as you guys can see. So you guys are gonna see this nice Corkscrew Crash animation. And unfortunately, my Babiri Berry on my Clefable did get knocked off. That means I can't take an Iron Tail from this range because I'm Magic Guard and not Unaware. That's another dumb thing I did in this prep. Made my Clefable Magic Guard not Unaware. But yeah, I go into my Clefable, and yeah, now this is where the game ends because he goes for Iron Tail, kills my Clefable, and now I'm just gonna sacrifice off my Darkrai. I probably could have, like, another play I could have tried to go for is going into my Darkrai and then baiting Outrage, going into Clefable. I don't know. I don't even know, man. But yeah, so Darkrai's gonna come out here, and you guys will see that Darkrai is just going to drop to this Outrage. So yeah, I did a lot of things wrong this match. Didn't like take account like the plays I was gonna make. I didn't like think ahead, I guess. Just a lot of things like went kind of wrong this battle. I didn't prep right. He prepped incredibly, and yeah, that's basically just how it went. His team matchup was also just great. Everything was against me this battle, so I'm just glad I tried, you know. But yeah, not my best performance at all. And now my goal is to just do a lot better in the next week of the ICBA, which I'm excited to bring you guys, and we will see you guys next time. Peace.